into another weekly preview. It's AK47 over at Prime Trading Investments and TradeCaster.com. It's July 22nd through the 26th, and it'll be another interesting week coming up. Why? Because Joe Biden, the president himself, is not running again. That's right. He stepped down from the nomination or to continue essentially the race for the Democratic Party. And so they'll have to find someone new. So back-to-back weekends here with the shooting or whatever from the last weekend. Now this weekend, from the Republicans last weekend, the Democrats this weekend. Big news out of both sides of the presidential race. So I would imagine another big week here in the stock market, moving up and down. Where does it go? I don't know what that means that he's stepping down. Does it mean we go up because everyone's happy and yay Trump, or backward sideways action, or kind of choppy because yay Trump, but then also what the heck's going on with the Democratic Party and what's going to happen with the United States and the president's here. So interesting week, and I'd imagine some movement coming up ahead. Now the SPY, of course, as you can see, middle of last week, essentially, the start of it anyway, hitting all-time highs here up to 556 mark. And then by weeks in, having a good, almost, 15, 16, of course, $16 pullback or so, 15, 17 overall in the end, or whatever you want to call it. So now let's go through levels this week. Under this 548 mark, watch for a pullback down somewhere close to around this 547.35. Then we're down to around 546.35, 45 area. Underneath that little reversal, then we're down to 546. Under that, watch for a move to 545.25. And under that, watch for a move right here to around 544.50. Under that to 543, I will call it 544. My normal low of the week is going to, because we've moved a lot last week, I don't think we would get all the way down to 242.50 for, I should say we should be able to get down that even though we moved a lot, but I don't think we'll get lower than that. So my normal low of the week will be somewhere down around 444, down to this 442.50 mark, which you go back a few weeks ago. In the very beginning here of July, when we double bottomed kind of right there, right at that mark, you can even see we did it, and then we flew kind of up to all-time highs. My ultimate low, let's go to a 4-hour time frame, and where would we go underneath this level, which is pretty strong support, as you can see. Watch for a pullback down to 540, maybe if we somehow get bigger movement down to the 536.37 area for your ultimate low. 540 down to 536.37. Excuse me there, for your way back on up. I like these. I haven't even eaten today yet, and all this food. I can't wait to eat middle of the afternoon right here. I always save up on the weekends and have nice big meals later on. Juicy ham and cheese sandwich. Got some, I can't tell. I don't want to get into food. I'll just, next thing you know, talking about food for an hour. On the way back up, watch over this 550.50 area. Over that to 551.40, 550 area. Over that, watch for a pop up to around 552.50, and then to 554. Over 554, I'll go 554 to around 556. Somewhere in this area, normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week. Maybe everyone's loving the news, although I'm thinking it's going to be kind of choppy. Big moves, but choppier. Watch for move to 557. Through 558 to 558.75, 559, kind of the high there on Thursday of last week. With a possible move back up to 560 area, somewhere in here. I don't quite think we'll get back to all-time highs this week with what's going on in the presidential race, and that big move down. That'll be very hard to get all the way back on up. Now, we've seen this in the past couple weeks ago, right? Thursday into Friday, and just, oh, wow, here we go, pullback, here comes the crash, or here comes the pullback for the stock market, or whatever in the SPY, and we reversed and came all the way back up. So it wouldn't surprise me if we found our way back up even close to all-time highs this week. But I'll stick with around 560 or so. Now over to Apple here. Again, as you can see, that kind of same effect as the SPY. They're running a lot more similar here. They weren't for a few months, and now the last month or less, they have been again. Back under this 222 mark, 222.25. Watch for a move down to around 220.50 to 220. Yeah, it's that same area, 220.50. Under 220.50 down to around 219 to 218.75 rule, somewhere in there. Under that, watch for a move back to the high of day back on Monday, the first of the month. That'll be my normal low of the week, right around 217.50. Ultimate low of the week cracks it down to 216. Under that, down to 215. 215 all the way down to around 213.50 will be my ultimate low of the week. For your move back up, watch for a downtrend break right here, which could happen on Monday, tomorrow. For the move back through 226, and the key is going to be getting back through 226.80, 227. The low there on that Wednesday, the high here on Friday. Over that, we will fly and get a good breakout to 228 easily. If not to 228.75, 229. Over that, you got it to 230. And this is going to be my normal high of the week, 230 to that 231 mark. Your ultimate high of the week, pops it back up to this 232, 275, 233 area. And this will be like SPY, where I don't think it'll get all the way back to 237, but 232 to around 233.50, 234, somewhere in there will be my ultimate high of the week. Over to AMD, and this one's really having a pullback from last. As you can tell here, $30 at this point, almost 40 from the top of 187 down to 150, and it's run back up. Now, it's not all-time highs at 180. We have been higher, but it was making a nice move up, had the trend line, and it cracked, and now we have this big inverse U-shape. Back under this 150 mark, you can tell we've got some room to crack, and boy, oh boy, this could be a great play this week. 158.50, 75 real first, 146.50 next, then all the way down, and I'll go 146 to 145, normal low of the week. Being we have cracked so far, I'll say there's no way that we don't see some sort of a bounce this week back up. And in that bounce, we don't get any lower than 145.6. Ultimate low of the week takes it down to around 140. And that's where I'm like, I just don't see us after that massive pullback. You know, you just go back from Monday in itself when we were in the 180s. So overall, the week itself had, like I said, had a $30 pullback, if not more. That's a lot of pullback. I don't think we have another $30 in dumpage. You know, that would then take us all the way down to 120, which I could see that getting down to 125, maybe 116. But that would be everyone's responding in a negative way for whatever reason with Biden stepping down. After this massive pullback, I just don't see us getting any lower than 145 to 140. On the way back on up, watch for a move back over this 152, we'll call it 153 area to 154. Over 154, and you can see that 153, 154 area is kind of tight all the way back to this low of day on Monday, the 1st of the month. Over that, then we do pop to around 156.50. Over that, this will be good, and a good pop to around 158. Over 158 to 159, 158.75 roll. And then watch for your normal high of the week being back up to around that area, 159, 160. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back up, in my opinion, to 164.5 area, but no higher than 166 for your ultimate high of the week. Over to Amazon now. Watch for the move down. A lot of these plays, as you can tell, finally, like really in the market, has been moving a little bit more so together in the past few weeks here. Under 182 down to around 180.35, then down to 180. Under 180 down to 179, and I will say 179 will be my normal low of the week. My ultimate low of the week under 179. Again, you got to go back in time here, and you can tell it's been a minute. Ultimate low of the week takes it down to 176.50, 175, or 176, I should say, then down to 175. Possibly down to 174. Somewhere right around 176 to 174 for your ultimate low of the week. Over to ARM now. Again, as you can see here, kind of little looping and moving back down. Now Friday, which is really crazy, look how tight and choppy that was. Now I know it's a $4 range chop, but for a stock that has been moving and a stock to just go choo, 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 all day long is really crazy to see. Over 165, watch for a move to 166.50. Over that, watch for a pop up close to this 171-ish mark, 171. Yeah, we'll go 171. Over that, then to 173. 172.50, 172.50. That'll be my normal high of the week, 172.50. My ultimate high of the week would then pop it back up to 175 and maybe a hair over it to 177.50. For the move back on down, watch back under 160.50. Under that, it cracks back down to 157.50. Under that, then down to around 154. And I'll go with man, you know what? I'll stick with it. 154 down to 152, normal low of the week. All the way back to here on Monday, 1st of the month. Under 152, watch for that crack back through 150 to 148.75 for your ultimate lows. Over to Google here. Kind of a little similar to ARM. Back under 179, watch for the move down to 178.20. Under that, we definitely have to go more, in my opinion, for your at least even for your normal low of the week. And see, we're kind of getting back into that channel and chop. That's why I don't think we'd go too much lower. I would say maybe down to 175, somewhere in there for your normal low of the week. Somewhere right around 175. For your ultimate low of the week, watch for a move down to around 171-ish or so. For your move back on up, and really I probably don't even need 15 days here. I probably really don't. Actually, well, you know what? I'll go back because I'm going to run into this right there. So, back over 181 to 182 and over 182 to 183-ish area, right about right here. I'll go 183 to 184, your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high takes it to 185 and over that to 186. 186 ultimate high of the week for Google. Let's go over to Meta here. Watch for move over 480, just like we got on Friday, which was a great pop. I'm surprised it didn't hold up and go for more, but the market kind of did different things. Over this 480 mark, watch for the pop again to 487. Over 487, watch for 490. 491 up to about 494 here. Somewhere in there will be your normal high. Ooh, man, we're at 477. But that's where my head told me to go. And that's what I'm going to stick with. 491 to 494 for your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week takes it back above 500 to 505, 506, 507 area. For your short, back under 475 down to around 472.50. Underneath that to 470. Under 470 down to 465. And you guessed it, down then to 460. Normal low of the week, 460. Your ultimate low of the week would crack it below 460 and take it down to around the 450 area. Microsoft. Watch for a crack back under this 435 and 434.50 area for the move down to 432. Under that to 430, 428.75 area, and then to 425 for your normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week would crack it all the way under 425, and we haven't been there in a while, but I bet it's going to take us to around the 420-ish area. 420 to around 417.18 for your ultimate low of the week. For your move back on up, watch for move back over 438 and 439 for your move to 438, 439 for a move of just over 440, then to 441. Over that, should get a good pop over 441, and watch for your normal high of the week to be right around here to 446.75 to 470 Tuesday's lows. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back to 450 and maybe a hair over it. So 450, maybe we get to 455, and that was once resistance, and then we crack back from this little small channel we created. But that's where your ultimate high of the week would reside at, somewhere in this area. Watch over to Netflix now. Really gross, choppy play. I'll go straight to levels. I'll say your normal high of the week is going to be right around 470-ish, maybe up to this 480 mark. Your ultimate high of the week takes it back to all-time highs at 700 area. For your lows, watch under the 629 mark down to 620. I'll say 620 will be your normal low of the week, and maybe we pop back up or slash stay in a channel after earnings that we had, because we just had earnings on Thursday into Friday. Your ultimate low of the week would crack it all the way back to 600, which was the low after earnings, and that thing was crazy wicked up and down all over the place after earnings. NVDA, looking for a long-term swing play and hold. Would love for this to get down to 105 and 100 for me to start entering long-term on NVDA for the move back on up. Watch for NVDA to crack under 116.50 for your normal low of the week, which in my opinion will start coming down to where you need to start scaling in at. Under this 116 mark, watch for move down to 112 and down to 110. That'll be my normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week takes it back down to the area I'll look to start scaling in at, which is around 107. For your move back on up, watch for a move back up to around 122 to 123. This will be your normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back up to 125, maybe to 127. Over to Qs here. Qs. Watch for the move back under 474 here. Under 474, we're heading down to 4. You can tell, got room to run. We're heading down to 468.75. 468.75 down to 465, your normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week takes it to 460. For your move back on up, watch for a move back over this mark right here, 476.75 to 478. Over that to 479, 478.75 area. Then you're up over 480 to 480.75, 481. Then to 482. 482, normal high of the week. Your ultimate high of the week would take it back to 486 and possibly to 488 area. Over to SMCI, which has had a nice good pullback as well after that big shoot up last week. Had a couple of good U-shapes and then just could not U all the way back to 1K. Back down we come with a market. Back under this 775 to 770 area, we have got room to run on SMCI. So back under 770, watch for the move to 750. I'm going to go with 765 to 770, normal low of the week. Your ultimate low of the week takes it all the way down to 740. For your move back on up, over 805 to about 815, over 815 to 810, over that to 825.30 area, then to 840. 840, normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week takes it back to the support crack shelf of around 870. And last but not least here, Tesla. Watch back under this 236 mark and 235. Down through 233 to around 231 to 230 for your normal low of the week. Ultimate low of the week cracks it down to 225 area. And I just don't see us getting any lower than 225 as of right now with Tesla. Unless we just have this massive sell-off in market, which could take just one day. And if we do, that would take us all the way back down to around 210. If we move back on up, watch over 240. Over 240 to 245 area, then up to around that 247 mark, then to 249. Over that, watch for move to 251. 251 to around 250, 350 will be my normal high of the week. Ultimate high of the week takes it all the way back up to the high 250s, 257, 258, 259 area. The high from last Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday would be your ultimate high of the week. So just real quickly, kind of like doing my morning alerts for you guys that you can sign up for. I'll let you know, I want to start adding this to this. Some of my favorite plays of the week right now would be some of the plays going back through areas they haven't been in a while. Which one of them would be right here? So AMD. AMD, I love AMD this week on the short side if we go down some more. Google as well, although it's going to be a little choppier. Other one I like a lot is going to be Microsoft as well. So Microsoft, if and when we get back under this 425 mark. Some of these are range bound and not quite there. Netflix could look really good back under this 625 mark. I like that one as well. But if they have a big open space in front of them, like NVIDIA does, under this 116, 115 mark on down, I love it. AMD has a big mark back under this 150, 148 area back on. So there's a lot of area we haven't been in a while. So those areas and those stocks I like the most, at least as of now, for the start of the week. Have a great, safe, blessed, food-filled week. See you back here for another weekly preview. Until then, bang-a-ring! See you next time.